Wow, I didn't expect to be talking about this today, but here we are. It seems like no stone can be left unturned. Max Payne 1 and 2 are being completely remade. Yes, I can't believe I'm saying that. It's just one of the ones I never saw coming, but the developers, Remedy, the people more recently behind stuff like Control, Alan Wake, have officially announced it today. The agreement is signed. A Max Payne 1 and 2 remake is going down. It's going to be in their engine, and it is an agreement in partnership with Rockstar Games because, as you guys probably know, Rockstar Games actually owns the intellectual property. Under the agreement signed today, Remedy will develop the games as a single title for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S using its proprietary Northlight game engine. The game's development budget will be financed by Rockstar Games, the size of which will be in line with a typical Remedy AAA game production. Under its agreement, Remedy has a royalty opportunity after Rockstar Games has recouped its development, marketing, and other costs for distributing and publishing the game. The project is currently in the concept development stage. So it's going to be a while before we see this, but it's pretty cool to see most of the internet immediately rejoice and be excited. And I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, guys. I've talked about this before. I'm probably a broken record by now, but I love Max Payne. I love the original game so much. Actually, I have... Let's put this here. Yeah. I stole that from a GameStop. Max Payne 3 is great, but Max Payne 1 and 2 are incredibly important games for me. They hit, I was the right age, and I also just think that they are so incredibly unique, dude. Gaming, and I've said this before in videos, again, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I am serious, there are no other games like this. Nothing else has ever replicated or resembled anything near a Max Payne in terms of it being a perfect storm, really, of style, atmosphere, incredible music, an incredible vibe. And then the graphics at the time were awesome. And the gameplay to this day, especially with a mouse and keyboard, is still really, really fun to play. What at surface value, you might look and just think it was edgy early 2000s, crime guy shooting. It's so much more than that, from its writing to the influences it wears on its sleeve. And I'm talking about both games, to the way the story is told through noir kind of storytelling panels and that music that has been stuck in my head ever since I've played the original game. I am just so nervous that, and again, this is partially my fault, I'm putting this on such a pedestal, dude, that how do you replicate that? How do you top that? I don't think you can. Again, like I said before, it's a perfect storm. That being said, Remedy has a good track record. Control is great. It was my favorite game the year it released. So I have immense faith in Remedy, but also, things change. Times are different. It's the 2020s. Many different people work at Remedy. Not all. Some of the original people are going to be involved in this, which at least probably, which is really cool. But, I don't know. But on the other hand, it is pretty exciting, right? Think about Max Payne 1 and 2 in a more Max Payne 3 movement and shooting system gameplay style. The potential is insane. Basically, I think a lot of people are also excited because there's a generation before me that really only played Max Payne 3 and really loved it. I've actually seen a bunch of people like that already in my mentions, comments, and stuff like that. So they are probably looking at this as an opportunity to kind of reinvigorate the brand, and they know people play 3, and they added 3 to backwards compatibility for Xbox, so they're probably going to just get all those people in and expose them to a game, and that's sick. And I think the best way you can imagine that is think of the New Jersey sections of Max Payne 3, the flashback scenes. There are 2 significant ones. Basically that, but a whole game. That's cool. That's very cool. The Steam versions can be kind of messy, and they're better with mods at this point, but I just want to say, I hope they don't pull any crap where they delist the original games and make them not available anymore. I don't like stuff like that. Don't do that, even if these are great. I hope this agreement is totally cool and totally works out for Remedy. I guess the way they look at it is that they're getting their project funded that they couldn't fund themselves, and they're taking advantage of the fact that Rockstar Games, of all people, owns the intellectual property. I know people are mad at Rockstar Games now, but they're not developing it. It's Remedy, and I think it's good. I think it has a shot because the original people are developing it. I would not be happy otherwise. I would be this insufferable, annoying person here, and you wouldn't want to hear it from me. But Remedy doing it, perfect. Okay, cool. And I also have already seen, and a lot of people have been asking, well, what about new stuff? Why do we keep remaking things? For this in particular, I think The games are pretty easily accessible on modern consoles and platforms. Somewhat. I was actually playing Max Payne 1 on my PS5 a couple of weeks ago because that's how I am. I just endlessly replay the old games. Seriously, I replay those games like once a year or so. I actually have been meaning to make a video on the series. I have a bunch of captured gameplay, and I haven't done it yet. But where was I? Oh, shit. People are being like, oh, well, what about new stuff? Why can't we make new stuff? I think, more people being exposed to Max Payne here, if done right, I think is a win. I actually would have been happy if it was just a remaster, not a full remake, because like they could change things and mess things up, and that scares me. But if you want new stuff, I mean, this could eventually lead to another Max Payne game, a Max Payne 4. I want Max to have a better ending than 3. That's just me. It wasn't depressing enough, damn it. It could really go anywhere, but at least like if you shake the magic 8 ball, the magic 8 ball is gonna say like future is looking somewhat bright. I, as like an annoying asshole, I'm gonna have to just tell myself the original games will still be there. This isn't gonna ruin them. They may not live up to the original games because you've put them on such a ridiculous pedestal in your head. You love them so much. Get over it. Sit back and enjoy the ride. And that's what I'm gonna do. It's probably gonna be a while before we really see or hear anything, but Remedy lately has really been slamming it with the whole third-person shooter combat. Control plays very well as a third-person shooter, and a lot of people forget about Quantum Break, but that had some aggressive and cool third-person shooting. I liked it. So playing it, cool, but like, are we going to get like James McCaffrey? Are we going to get people from the original game, the voices, all the rough edges of the original game, all the weird, grimy shit? The first game, in some ways, to me, it feels like a horror game. And I really, really hope that they can either lean in on that or just hold on to that. The second game, actually, they can make a couple of gameplay sequences. So I just thought, okay, so like the first level of Max Payne, like if it actually looked like a real New York subway station, because back in the day it kind of did, but like they could just do that now, and that would be really cool. Anyway, I gotta stop daydreaming, but I do think this is just interesting. It's cool. It's something for me personally to look forward to as someone who loves these games, but also it's an interesting footnote in video game history with Rockstar Games and Remedy, and how they have been involved with one another for a very long time, and just how things ultimately shook out. This is another chapter in that story where I just thought there would never be another chapter. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is playing a video game where you can make your guy go like this and shoot in slow motion, because it's cool, and he's sad the whole time, and that's important. I fucking love Max Payne. Let's. This is too much. So I definitely want to know what you guys think. I was exploding. I had to make a video about this. So thanks if you got the news from me, or if you just wanted to hear what I thought. I appreciate that, man. Clicking the like button does help me out here. I would appreciate that. But I'm just talking about what I love. That's it. That's all I'm doing here. I'm Jake Baldino. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe because video games. Pizza's on me.